Let's see. And we are live. Welcome anybody that is watching this on Twitter or just Twitter. We're going to start getting these up on YouTube in the future. But in this video, in this live stream, we're going to be talking with JP Thor, who is the founder of NAMI Protocol, and talking about Rujira, Thorchain, all that kind of stuff. But before we get into that, this is the intro to our series, and Baloney Bones, you might know him in the community. He wants to start us off.
Yeah, man. Well, first of all, it's JP.Kuji is the guy. JP is a different guy. But yeah. So this Thursday evenings, and hopefully evenings for most, and not middle of the night for many. These are going to be our TCU office hours, and the idea is to have a weekly scheduled, like, routine educational investigation and exploration of Thorchain and as well as the Rujira app layer. And we're going to do that by hopefully bringing on as many builders, developers that want to talk to us, Thorchain University, about what's going on what's coming to Thorchain, specifically with the app layer, but also like with the base layer as well. So we're going to be doing a lot of asking questions, what's happening currently, what's happening in the future. And pretty much what my personal intention for this is for all the listeners kind of to be able to have a Google Doc open or a pencil and paper with you, like every Thursday at this particular time. You're going to learn stuff, and it's going to be valuable information to remember, that you're not going to want to just like forget about everything you just heard. So once this is to come, this particular time period when we're streaming every Thursday, is to come learn stuff that you're going to want to know for the future, for your own, financial decisions and choices, so that you have the correct and accurate and comprehensive intel that you need to make the best decisions in the future. So this is why we're doing it. And I have fortunately poached Lush from his own, he's still got his personal account, but he's the man to do this, and I'm not. And I'm really happy that he's going to be hosting these. I'm going to, be as available to talk as much as possible. But Lush he's a pro at this. So I'm going to let him lead these office hours. And yeah, we've got a great and very, very interesting, and I think Thorchain community is going to be very, very happy to hear what's going to be talked about tonight. So that's pretty much it for me. So I hope everyone is supportive of what we're doing. And yeah, man, let's kick it off. This is our first one. It's going to be one of many, and let's get it started.
Awesome. Let's get into it. I'll host as best as a smooth brain can. Baloney, I'm going to remove you here just to, bring us in. But like I said, thank you, Baloney, by the way. So we've got JP Thor, as Baloney mentioned, founder of NAMI Protocol. Give him a follow if you haven't already over here at JP_Kuji. And what we're going to be talking about is his project, NAMI Protocol. So really, I mean, what is this?
Yeah, well, what is this? So first of all, thanks. We will have this thing of JP.Kuji, JP Thor, I guess, a few times today. It's like a casual occurrence. I am unfortunately not JP Thor, or unfortunately, whatever. But I hope he has some deserved time off. So let's kick it on in this round. And yeah, what is this? I mean, you see, it's a simple product. We simply save, right? A simple savings product. Or that's what it was and is on Kujira. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening. We are here in London, and what it will evolve to as a little buzzword will take over the Save Us product that is on Thorchain completely. Right, we'll bring it on the app layer, de-risk it, help with the mission of de-risking and making the database layer boring, and bring it to the app layer.
Okay. Is that so? We're gonna take savers from Thorchain's base layer, move it to NAMI Pro. Are you guys gonna be the only ones that offer that sort of product?
I mean, like we are going to build the layer on Rujira, right? And we will plug it everywhere. So we will have Ruji Earn, you will have whatever front end wants to integrate it via the affiliate program. Like it's just like really this layer that we're integrating. And for now, if I understand it correctly, yeah, there will be us, but obviously it's a governance system, right? So never know what the future holds. That's decentralized governance.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I know that they just closed at the base layer. They closed off new savers entering. And I am just like watching it a little bit. You could see how many total savers there are, and they're sort of dropping out of there, which is good, I guess. But I guess that means a lot of people are probably looking forward to a savers product on Rujira. I know that I personally am with that. Is there sort of like I don't want to, I'm just a community guy, right? So my question is, there a when for any of this kind of stuff?
Okay, is there a when? So like we depend on a lot of basically we depend on the products built on the app layer, right? Like we are the yield that we're generating is fully sustainable. So we're just playing instead of like having this problem with the SINs and everything on the base layer. What we are playing on is really inefficiencies between different IOUs, between different yield generating products. And we have algorithms watching the market, shifting funds between them, which is quite interesting thing, opening up more possibilities. So what we need is basically all these products. So let's say the current level for lending, for example, the current timeline is, I think, March, something like this. And then, obviously, shortly after, if we get some place for the auditing and stuff, then we are going to launch. So I very much expect first half.
Okay, I was gonna say, so probably like something like Q2, something like that.
Yeah. Definitely not Q1, but Q2. Yes.
Okay. So it seems like a pretty simple. I think a lot of questions people have, it's just a lot of unknown. Are you guys gonna have your own token then? Or are you guys just gonna is all of these dApps, yourselves included, gonna just be using the Ruji token? Or are products gonna be, launching with their own token?
Yeah, so actually, there is different levels of that, right? Like most of the products being built are integrated under this Rujira umbrella. If you look at the dev Discord and you watch these products on the left side, you'll see most of them are built under the umbrella. But there is a few, including us, that exist from before. And I mean, we started this journey on Kujira. We were able to raise around $1 million on Kujira over the pilot mechanism that is also coming to the app layer now. And so, yeah, so we have the token. The token will move over to the app layer and will be tradable on trade, right?
Okay.
So it's already there. It's not going to be raised newly. It's there. It will move over.
Okay, cool. And you guys, when you were on Kujira, it was only stable coins?
Yes. So basically, we were just using. But the base idea was I have this lending ghost, and I have all these different stable coins, and they have all the different rates, and they are constantly changing depending on. And there was USK, so there was another market dynamic with this mintable stable coin. And so the idea was, okay, can we not make something out of it that makes it easy? Because why overcomplicate everything? I am not the studied computer science engineer that will figure out the most difficult underlying things. So that's where I come from. It's make something easy, everybody will use, and it's basically can be a building block to any financial strategy. Right? And this is what we are. If you have an asset that sits somewhere, instead of being dead, make it work. So,
yeah. But I mean, I think it's at least for me personally, when I first got into crypto, Anchor Protocol, rest in peace, right? That is why I got into crypto, was because of Terra and Anchor Protocol. And essentially that's just savers. I would have been, I know that they had it at 20% or whatever, right? But even if that was at 7%, I would have been happy. I just wanted to be out of the traditional system. I wanted to come over into crypto and have some sort of decent yield. I think at the time, savers in banks were next to nothing at the time. So even a 7% yield would have been destroying what the banks offered. So no, that's awesome. I think it's simple, and not on the back end. Not suggesting simple on the back end, but I do like that it's a really simple idea. Savers, like we've already kind of seen over on Thorchain, I think did really well, and if the yields are there. So I guess then how is the yield, the typical question? How is the yield earned?
Where does the yield come from? Yeah, love it. Let's do it. Yeah. Because we know how it can go, right? So the yield basically is earned by using all the products that we have on Rojira in different ways. So basically, let's start with a simple example. You want to earn yield on your stable coins. So there is lending, and you have a lending rate for USDT, you have one for USDC, you might have one for DAI, whatever. And they differ. There's different demand for that. And since this marketplace is utilization driven, so how much is being borrowed from what is available, you tend to have at some point also like very shifts in how fast yields are going to rise, like borrow rates are going to rise. I think that's known. And so there's two different things that we can do. Like one thing is, in this case, we optimize for the utilization. So this is like we can steer. Sometimes it makes sense overall to not deploy everything at once to one Ghost Vault or lending vault in this case, but like perhaps only do half because you are on an exponential or very steep linear curve. And so you can like optimize that one. Or the other thing is, okay, you have, like I said, the different rates. So in our case, on Kujira now, we did simple swapping, right? We went to an order book. We said, okay, give me USDC for USDT, or in this case, Axel or whatever. And then you deposit it there. Problem is, this costs money, right? Because you have marketplace fees, you have price impact, and depending on what you want to do, that's quite big. And
okay.
Yeah, so the new version to do it. The new version is we offer arbitrage on this. So instead of doing it ourselves, we are incentivizing market participants to do this exchange for us, and being able, depending on the asset, but like the vision is to drive this cost near to zero, because there are other participants outside of Thorchain that can use the layer one structure that, for example, want to have for them a zero cost swap between two stables is super good, because they can do the arbitrage on Arbitrum, for example. And so you have, at the end, a very optimized way of doing that. And this can be done for any single yield source that offers some kind of receipt token, like tradable unit, right, that I can turn around.
Yeah. Okay. So you're officially a gigabrain. I'm not sure I understood most of that, to be completely honest. So it's like, arbitrage bots, it's going to provide, you're going to have assets in these vaults. So if I want to use the product, then,
yeah,
right, I'm putting in, let's say, $10,000. The bull market has ended. I sold my profits. I bought Bitcoin, and now I'm just going to let it ride in the Savers vault. Yes. So what exactly is happening with that Bitcoin then? Maybe in like simplified terms?
All right. First of all, do you want to have it auto compounded, or do you want the yield that you earn with Bitcoin streamed out to do something else?
That's cool. So that's even an option that you could receive it as like USDC or a stable coin or something like that?
Yes. So basically, what you can do on one hand, if you need an interoperability, so you need some kind of receipt, then you need to use the auto compounding version, because then you get something back, then you can perhaps use it somewhere else. Let's see where we can utilize it. There's another thing. If you don't need that and you just want to say, okay, with Bitcoin, let's say Bitcoin, probably everybody will be auto compounding, but perhaps if you do it with a stable, you might say, okay, all the yield that I earned from this stable coin, I want to buy Bitcoin with and deposit to the Bitcoin vault. So this, okay, let's do it. No problem. Okay. And you keep the principal, and if you want to withdraw.
So, because I kind of like the idea that if you put Bitcoin in there and then it's earning a yield, and then you could get paid in USDC, then you might just be, if you did that at the top, then you might just be willing to accumulate all the USDC until you think that there's a bottom, and then you could just DCA into more Bitcoin into the savers if that's something that you wanted to do.
Yeah, and like in our case, we will keep it simple. We will just offer it as a stable coin version. Like if you want to stream, you can use it as a stable, and there will be other projects like I guess you will have them on the show, Kujira, MataDAO, like whatever that might build on top of that, doing additional products, additional functionality.
What is this considered a primitive then on Ruggira network? If other projects are going to be building like with it, or
I guess everything on Kujira and on Ruggira is kind of a primitive because it's very interoperable and you can throw it around and build this and that. That's why this meetup, like currently we are meeting up in London, right? So with a lot of people, and if you put everyone in a room and give him 5 minutes to talk, the ball starts rolling.
That ideas just start like flowing, kind of idea, or situation. How many projects? Maybe you could just give a little insight into what's happening with some of these meetings. Like what? I mean, do you have anything else particular? Like I said, this is savers. It seems like it's pretty straightforward and pretty simple. And I'm not a dev, so I don't know what kind of like. I don't know if people want to get into the technicals about is it wrapping assets and who's securing that, and I don't know. Maybe we could get maybe Boone or Sam or something could come in here on some of these and ask those questions. But is there anything else in particular you wanted to talk about this specific product?
I think the most interesting thing is just that it plays in all of the narrative that we're trying to build here. So you have ThoughtChain, which gets his advanced yield functionality, but still all of these products can simply be used with a single transaction from any connected layer one, from any wallet. So I just want to highlight again, in general, everybody that is building on Ruggira, and the more projects are coming, at the end, if everything is done right, Trust Wallet can offer an earn feature, and it's using Ruggira, right? In our case, it's using NAMI, and so it's using the infrastructure. And perhaps why for us, obviously, that's interesting because the token of NAMI is 100% revenue capture. So the more volume we drive into the vaults, the more the stakers get. So that's why I like the base.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if that was something that we should get into on a video like this, but I'm sure people are curious. So you've got the NAMI token, which you guys launched on pilot. Honestly, not soon after Kuji kind of had its event or explosion or whatever you might want to call that, right? What was it like? You guys had
actually it was in April. Like it was way back, 4 months before everything went.
Okay, 4 months is still okay. And so what does the tokenomics look like? You already said it's a revenue share. So there's going to be a lot of opportunity in Ruggira. It's not just by Rugi necessarily. There's going to be a bunch of different cool stuff. That's kind of exciting.
Yeah. I guess, like you said, like the question is, how deep do we want to go in here? Otherwise, people can visit the website and then we'll find anything.
Okay, cool.
I think we don't need to make it as a marketing show. I just wanted to say like that there's more interest and not just.
Why not? You got the floor. I mean, so
all right.
100% user focused. So keeping it simple. We already talked about that. Tax reports, that is pretty cool for the tax conscious, which I think is everybody, right?
It's time again, huh?
I think you kind of got to, or else jail, right? Multi-language support, easy. Okay, so you guys got Cato money. Are you going to partner?
Yeah, we are like on Kujira. We use Cato. Yeah. Like they're just in an integration, like obviously because it's not very difficult to do that, but definitely easy on and offboarding will be interesting from Rugira's point of view. I don't know exactly what is being cooked there, to be honest, but let's see.
Sweet. Calculators, gain insights, so analytics. NAMI will offer insights into the performance of the algorithm itself. We want to ensure. Okay, so just like sort of like what exactly is going on with it. I guess this is kind of curious. How long you been doing this?
Well, I mean, I started end of 2023 with the vision, like kind of September. Since then, just building it out, and then in April raising it. Like you can read, I'm not I haven't done this before. It's not my background in coming from university, having studied. I have a background in sales and self-taught software engineering. And so everything, I'm just curious.
I've actually heard too, a lot of people say that like you don't have to have a coding background to build cool stuff. Like if you're resourceful and you want to get it done, you will find ways to get it done. And then if you have a good idea, then you just got to execute on that idea. So you are proof of that, which is awesome. Who is this? Like, who's this guy?
Yeah, so Alkis is basically my co-founder. Like we have started this thing together, as you can see, because I was missing a bit of experience. So if you want to build a good and secure system, then you need some experience. So Alkis stepped in, building the proof of concept basically with me that is live on Kuji rather. Okay, right. And as you can see below, like now, just like the recent additions, Zefiro and Gassan, like Zefiro is our smart contracts and algorithm genius now, because how you rebalance all of this kind of stuff, you need to calculate and in some way or form how you build these wonderful options and contracts. This is way over my head. So luckily I found some some nice additions help us make this like really professional. Because as you also can see, this is currently like this startup kind of vibey thing, basically all from my thoughts. And one main thing over the next months is professionalizing it and having a structure and branding that represents and takes justice for all of you.
Yeah. I mean, personally, I was going to say that, but I don't care. I don't think most people care about my opinion on this stuff. But I personally think the website design, I like the branding. I like the colors, just a little simple thing, but just my personal opinion. So these guys look like they're probably related based on their profile. That's pretty cool. Okay. Well, yeah, let's see if we've got a Q&A. So let me go to the posts and see if we've got any questions. Let me refresh the chat just to see. Pragmatic Monkeys just saying, let's go. Baloney, this is on my mind. Diplo says, hi guys. So no actual direct questions about it. And that's pretty much, I'll bring Baloney up just to see if he's got anything he wants to say. He's probably like, oh God, oh no, they're gonna throw me up on stage. I better. The future's gonna be like, dude, don't do that to me ever again.
Yeah. What are you talking about? I was totally ready. I knew this was gonna happen. No, I mean, there's stuff that I was learning entirely. When you guys were saying like, should we get into the technicals? I was just cheering along. Do it, go into it. But at the same time, like Lush, I know, but like the expertise is, I within the first 3 minutes, I was like, all right, yes, gig brain right here, as difficult to understand. But at the same time, like there will be people are going to need to know, and we can always do this again. JP,
more demos.
Like, you're welcome back anytime, man. And again, there's going to be a call for you multiple times to come back and continue talking about this because as things get fleshed out and you start to finalize some like rails and structures on your end, we're going to want to know that stuff. And it's all super interesting. Like I had no idea that you could receive yield in a different asset. That's that's fantastic, man. Like just to have that option means that there's got like versatility in, and that I don't know, that to me that's really really helpful just for adoption purposes, So the technicals are going to be asked at some point. We don't need to do it now, but like this is good. This is definitely a good intro for what's coming. And again, like to reiterate, I've been I wouldn't say interviewing, but just going around kind of like knocking on people's front doors and saying like, hi, like I'm Baloney and here's what we do. And there's so many Ruggiero projects that are coming. This is one of them. Like there are dozens and dozens of projects that are coming, and there's going to be more after that. Like so there needs to be a structured outlet to kind of like I don't know. How do you say that? What's the word I'm looking for? Kind of funnel this information into one particular outlet, and to have it like again, like have a Google Doc out for TCU office hours notes, or Brave, like whatever you're using. Like I have a pencil and paper that I have next to me right now that I wrote down stuff that I'm learning. So like. This is useful stuff, and I think that it's going to be very helpful. Sometimes, like because there's so many developers on Ruggira, we might have to shift the time frame of what the office hours will be by maybe a few hours here and there. But the idea is to stay consistent, and kind of consistency breeds like comfortability, and we want everybody to be in a comfortable environment. Like this is the time I learn. And because guys like this, there's so much. And JP, if you want to say anything about the magnitude of what we're all going to need to know eventually, that's something that I'm curious. I like because every day it's like an expanding. It's like the universe. It's constantly expanding.
Like for me, I mean, seeing this come together in this magnitude here in London now was the second day today, and just again witnessing what can be done if, let's say, 10 plus people physically and then a lot of people also virtually join out and just talk to each other, spending just the whole day next to each other is crazy. And again, just the magnitude, you need to understand that everything that you will see on the app layer can be executed from any connected layer one with a single memo, with a single transaction. So you want to earn Bitcoin yield on your Bitcoin, you want to stream out the USDC and get it on Arbitrum. Not a problem. Let's do it.
I'm gonna cry.
Can I ask one nerd question about that really quickly?
Yeah,
because there's a buzzword, atomic composability. I'm sure that some people listening to this maybe have heard. But so the idea that so you're saying like you don't have to wait for finality in one block or in like subsequent blocks for things to happen. You're saying that it would, if I wanted to do 3 different things, that could all happen in one composable block and be final at the end?
No, not that I understand. Like now you're going on Hans level, but no.
Okay.
But at least let's say more, you will start the process and then you will receive it. Like just not in the user in the usual feeling.
So I might have a complex thing that I want to do, and I hit click button once, and then it does the stuff, and then it comes back to me however I want it to be done, kind of thing.
Yeah, and I mean that the buzzword here and like that everybody is playing, and I think it's true. Obviously, there is discussion about it, but you can use the native asset to do this stuff, right? Like native for some is a controversial topic, but in the whole process, I guess let's stick to the word.
Well, and just to be clear, everything on the app layer is technically wrapped, right? Like
yeah. Like obviously, you cannot move the Bitcoin in its Bitcoin form from the wallet to an app layer that is running on Cosmos. This is simply not possible. Yeah.
Okay.
Or it will be like again. This is like a lower level.
Yeah.
Okay. So to that point, can we get like a link to the reading material about technicals and post that in the thread possibly, so that folks can read, or does that exist yet?
Yeah, there's a problem. Everything changed the last 2 days.
2 days, everything's changed. So like, but when that arrives, can you be sure to send it to us so that we can promote it?
Definitely. So I started writing the white paper today. We have more or less everything ready, and I think within 1 to 2 weeks we will have
Awesome.
the white paper.
Well, we should let you get back to doing that.
Yeah, it's not easy, you know. It's the third, fourth time that I start, but I love it. I love where we ended up.
Thank you, man. Thanks for being willing to be our first guinea pig for this particular educational outlet. And again, like I'm just I don't know how many builders I've talked to from Ruggiero. I think maybe like 15 probably. And yeah, like the amount of material that we all Thorchain community will need to digest by the next 2 months is intimidating. And so we should, yeah, that's why we're getting started now, so that everybody, hopefully, by the time everything launches, we're actually going to know what to do. That's the plan. And yeah, as soon as like all the material, educational material that we can disseminate through the community would be super duper helpful.
I mean, guys, I love the format, and I think it's quite nice to split the technical and the like basic understanding apart. Because also, if it's about the technical, I'll send Cifiro, Matteo. Then it gets down, and you can match the level. And
Might have to have like Boone come on, or Sam, or something
or Chris.
Yeah, exactly, and have like devs and them kind of have like a thing as well.
We can do that, man. Yeah, for sure. Sweet. Well, I don't know, Slush, if you want to. If I'm good. I just want to say thanks, guys.
Yeah, I would just say that if you want more information, like I just pulled this up, we're not going to talk about it now, but they do have all this information about the tokenomics. They've got an awesome website. Also follow JP.Kuji over on Twitter. Awesome guy, as you guys have seen. But it sounds like there's a lot with Ruji, and I'm looking forward to doing these every single Thursday. So I guess, like, I know you can't literally bookmark anything, but bookmark it, right? But that's all I got. Thanks, JP. I appreciate you coming on.
Thanks, brother.
Thanks, Lush. Thanks, Baloney. Like, it was a pleasure, and very professional, very nice moderation.
Yeah, Lush, you did good.
Right on. All right, I'll see you guys later.
See you.
All right. See you.